ye, I hope that you enjoy the show. I'll entertain ye, and then I'm off back down the road. I'll try to please ye, and hope that you can get my jokes. I want attention, and then I want to leave alone.
Hello, didn't see you there? Welcome to the channel, my name is JaiGe and today we're going to go over some Wallbangs. I have picked three the most popular maps for this. There's loads of Wallbangs and I might do even more in the future, but for today I've done Dust 2, Inferno and Mirage. Just before we get into it and I show you them, I just want to say that I've seen all these Wallbangs before in different videos. That's how I've learned them as well, but that's just, I've just compiled them all in the one spot. Wallbangs are quite situational as well, so when I show you a certain spot on the screen where to aim for a wallbang, you need to keep in mind that somebody might be not in that exact spot. They might be slightly left of it or slightly right of it or crouched, or there's so many different things that can happen. Basically use this video as a guide to roughly where you want to shoot to try and maybe get a wallbang. You will get lucky and get some headshots as well if you kind of stick to close to where I'm showing you, but just know it's no guaranteed. And be prepared to maybe be called a wall hacker depending on the level you're at and who you're playing against. Some people don't know about wallbangs, they just think he killed me through the wall, he's hacking, so you'll probably get accused a few times if some of these come off for you. Right, so let's get into them. Okay, first one on Dust 2 is if somebody's left side watching the doors, they'll be your right side when you're the CT. You want to go into this corner where the plant is, aim at the door, and you can see there's three big panels at the top. You want to go to the panel on the right, you want the big black line to the left of that and aim right in the middle, and that should hit the guy who is watching mid from the right side. Hey, for the next one, it's the right side of the door, which will be your left when you're down at CT spawn. If somebody's watching the doors from the right hand side, you want to go and find, there's two wee stones here, one's bigger than the other. Get the big one, try and stand on that, and I like to look at this black dot here on the van just to line it up, and then in between these two rivets on the door, if you fire there you should get a hit or a headshot if you're lucky, and that goes up and gets them from the other side. Next wallbang will be outside B. If somebody's right in that corner there, maybe they're holding the bomb site and you want to try and get a wee hit on them, go into this corner with a ladder and try and get stuck on it, turn round and aim slightly lower than centre and slightly left, and if he is right in the corner it should hit him. Next wallbangs for A site. If you suspect somebody's hiding behind this box here and you're coming up long A, best way I've found so far is if you go in line with the curb, go up to the white curb here and find that wee sunspot there, you'll be roughly in the right position. Aim at the box, strafe right so you see the edge of them, and the bottom box at the top of it, just go down slightly from there and take your shot. Another wallbang for A is if somebody's peeking goose and you're coming up from short A. The best way I've found so far is you go up 4 stairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be dangerous if you take this long, but just for video purposes, find a bit of paint that's off the wall and go to the bottom left of it, and that should be roughly head height. For the last wall bang on Dust 2, if somebody's behind this box, usually after a bomb plant situation, if you're feeling brave enough to get into the corner of this door, you look for the handle and then 3 rivets in from the handle, and that should be roughly head height. Next up, we'll do some Mirage wall bangs. Right, on Mirage, this is a very common bomb planting spot. A lot of people do it, they'll crouch down, plant the bomb there. If you're on this side, get yourself into this corner here, and then this wee ticket booth. You'll see 2 wee dots on this panel. I'll zoom in a wee bit so you can see. You want to get close to the right dot, and then crouch down for there and just shoot. Might headshot him, might no. It might hit his body, but at least you'll get him low. Right, for the next one, if somebody's in this corner and you're coming from the palace, a good way to get them is go to this first corner here, try and get kind of stuck in it, and then look at these knots, and you'll see the third one from the right is it's a bit bigger. Zoom in on that. Try and hit slightly right of it, and you should get the guy who's sitting right in the corner, if there is anybody there. It's always good to try though. This wall bang is if you're under Palace and somebody's in Tetris, get yourself stuck in this corner here. Aim for this big knot slightly above it, and roughly about there you want to spray through the wall or hit your op shot, and you should do some damage. Right, so if you're at short and you think somebody's at the 3 boxes, you can spam through them. I won't zoom in and show you an exact spot because they're not going to plant at the exact same spot every time, but it's always handy to know that you can always try a few shots through these boxes if you think that they're behind it. Next up, we've got the corner of the window. So this will be if you're in mid and you want to hit somebody who will be on the right hand side of the corner. You want to get this blue wall as thin as you can, and then see where this arrow is pointing, roughly about there you want to shoot, and it should wall bang them. In this one you'll see that it's took me 3 shots to kill him, even though I hit like the same spot 3 times, so that just goes to show you the luck that you need as well, even if you know the spots. So another place that you can get this guy from in mid is behind this wall up here. Get behind the wall and strafe out so you can see a thin blue line from the wall. Go roughly 2 bricks down, so bottom of the 2nd brick, top of the 3rd brick, and then left slightly, and you should be able to get him from there. Right, the last one I'll show you for now on Mirage would be if somebody's come in apartments. Usually you can hear terrorists rushing, so it's a good chance to try and land a wall bang on them if you're playing short. Just aim at the corner of this window here, and that should go right through and hit anybody coming through the doorway. Right, on to Inferno now. And the last few I'll show you is if there is a CT in this hall and possibly being aggressive, by the time you get to here you can shoot through this wall here, through the window. If you just line up, so there's a small gap between the door and the window, and the bottom right of the window, just up from that, if you aim through there, that will go all the way into the hall to your right and the CT's left side. Sticking with the apartments theme, a nice simple one here. If anybody is in this corner and you're in the library, You can wallbang them pretty easily if you just aim up to this wooden shutter here and aim at the bottom right hand corner of it. Another pretty simple wallbang is from banana up to any CT holding that corner on the B side. Just get yourself behind the logs, and you see the yellow building, the corner of that will tell you where the edge of it is, so you'll know that roughly about there somebody could be peeking, and just try and get it roughly head height and have a shot, see what happens. Right, so the last wallbang I'll show you today is the reverse of the previous wallbang I just showed you. What I like to do is get the middle brick here out of the clump of 3 and go slightly left of it, slightly lower down in head height, and because it's a hill, and take your shot, and it should go through and hit anybody who's looking at you from the logs. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, please subscribe.
Nice to meet you, I hope that you enjoy the show. I'll entertain you, and then I'm off back down the road. I'll try to please you, and hope that you can get my jokes. I want attention, and then I want to leave alone.